Hey everyone, it's Don G. Corleone here, and I'm here with this brand new live stream, and this live stream is going to be for the most well-known tradition that happens once every month usually ends, and and yeah, we all know. It's when I usually show whatever I bought on Blu-ray and DVD for that whole month, and yeah, this one's a little late because October I didn't really try to buy a lot of DVDs because I was saving up for a lot of Halloween activities I wanted to do that had finally come back after COVID. Good timing, Lucas. And yeah, after COVID, I shut those ones down 2 years ago. They were coming back. I wanted to save up for those. Actually, make a really noteworthy October. Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, I finally started picking up the pace a little bit. Good timing, Declan. Yeah. But anyway, let's show off. And usually, I like to start with the Blu-rays first. Yeah, glad you think that. But anyway, let's start with the Blu-rays first, and then we go on to the DVDs. So, to start it off, these are the Blu-rays because I got the Blu-rays first this year. First, Pan's Labyrinth from Guillermo del Toro. This is definitely one of his best works, I gotta say. I don't really remember much about it, but yeah, it's definitely one of his best works, and it's definitely one of the best foreign language films out there, easily. And yeah, I'll be rewatching this again soon, eventually this month. Then next up, I got 2003's Hulk, which has a mixed reaction from people. There's some people that subscribe to me that have like it, and there's also some people that really hate it. And now when it comes to me, I haven't seen this one yet. I have seen the 2008 film starring Edward Norton. I really liked that. And I did like Josh Whedon. And when it comes to MCU Hulk, I like Josh. As much people can say what they want about Josh Whedon, but hey guys, get this. At least he did try to get the Hulk right. Because like 2012, Avengers and Age of Ultron, they actually got the Hulk perfectly well. And for Ragnarok, yeah, he did get him slightly well. They did. It was interesting. It was interesting to see the Hulk actually talk in Ragnarok, and he does talk a little more, but he does get a little more talk moments in Ragnarok, but he was still done decently well in Ragnarok, even if Hulk didn't have much screen time in Ragnarok. But Infinity War, there was no Hulk except for like the opening scene, and I get the Russos just didn't want, and I get the Russos didn't want like thought Hulk was too powerful for Thanos in Infinity War, but come on, he didn't really need to disrespect Hulk like that. And then Endgame, as much as I love Endgame, I hate how they portrayed him in that film. Like, yeah, I know Professor Hulk's a thing in the comics, but no, I don't want to see Hulk dab at stuff. Like, no. And not even do one fight. One. The only really time Professor Hulk is really useful in Endgame is just him bringing back the snapped victims. That was it. And the reason why I bought this is because after watching some cringy She-Hulk moments, I want to watch this and watch all those horrible moments from She-Hulk that I've had to witness. This was back when the Hulk was actually treated with respect. Alright, moving on. I don't want to stall this. Anyway, and our third and final Blu-ray, Awake. I have not seen this movie, but I bought this because it stars Hayden Christensen. So it'd be interesting to see actually Hayden Christensen in a horror film. So I'll get around to watching this soon eventually. Because now when it comes to my opinions on Hayden Christensen, a lot of people seem to think he's a horrible actor just because of how he played Anakin in the Star Wars prequels, but I disagree. I disagree, guys. Yeah, there were some moments in Attack of the Clones where he could have been better, but he was still decent in that film. And Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith is where he really improved his performance. Revenge of the Sith is where he really improved. Right there. Like, easily, in Episode 3, you can actually feel the conflict between Anakin and Darth. in that film, and that's actually a terrific performance right there, especially during times when he's like reflecting on Mustafar, during his like silent moments and stuff, and you actually really feel the conflict there. So yeah, guys, actually do like Hayden Christensen. Wow, She-Hulk and Daredevil. Yeah, I heard. It's definitely why I'm not watching it. Okay, our next two were from Value Village, and I had not seen these movies yet. No. I have seen these movies. What am I saying? I did not own these movies yet, but I own the third one. And I own these two movies on VHS, but I wanted to own them on DVD. But anyway, to complete my Toy Story collection, Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 from Value Village for only $4.99 each. Yeah, they have these at Sunrise Records, guys, but at Sunrise Records, these two movies are crazy expensive, even though they're like from the 90s, so they should be like 20 years old. So even though these movies are practically like 20 years old now, or nearly 30, first one's going to be nearly 30 years old in 3 years. But yeah, now I own those on DVD. Good time in Jedi Prime, and yeah, I really love the first three Toy Story films, and I give them the same score, 10 out of 10, all three of them. Did not buy Toy Story 4 because I was not a fan of it, and I did not buy Lightyear because you're all wondering, yes, I did see Lightyear, guys, and I hated it. So yeah, I did see Lightyear, and I chose not to review it or rant on it because I really did not like it. It was like so pointless, unneeded, and yeah, and also kind of somewhat showed who Chris Evans really was. With that whole LGBT thing. It pretty much showed who he really was. It's a shame. But anyway, now moving on to our next one. Our next one is a 6-movie collection. And this one is, I already own the first one, but I do plan to check out the sequels and give this franchise a review series. But this was, the franchise that's based off one of Empire Fan Productions' favorite movies of all time, when he mentioned on one of the live streams I have attend on one of Lucas Prime's live streams, he did mention the first one was his favorite movie of all time. But anyway, this collection, 6-movie collection, is for Tremors. I bought this to check out the sequels, guys. They didn't have any of the sequels separately, so except for like 7, but yeah, so I bought this. And I was gonna get the 7-movie collection, but I wanted to this one was a little cheaper, so I bought that. The reason why I'm trying to be cheaper, guys, is because we all know Christmas is coming up, and I gotta pay for everybody's Christmas gifts, guys. But yeah, I already own the first one. I bought this to check out the sequels. And then next one, the next two are actually Christmas films because like I said, Christmas is coming up, and I need some Christmas films to watch this year. So our first one I got is one that stars Michael Keaton from the 90s, and this one's not really loved by a lot of people. It's not really critically praised, so it was kind of negatively received when it came out, but I think it seems to be marketed as a Christmas film. It doesn't really look like a Christmas film, but I got it because it stars Michael Keaton, and he's one of my favorite actors of all time. So, Jack Frost. Haven't seen this movie. Really, can't say anything about it. Just bought it because, well, it seems like it's Christmas themed, and also just bought it for Michael Keaton. But I've heard this movie was not very well received when it came out. It bombed at the box office, and I've heard this movie is pretty depressing as heck for a children's flick. So, probably not going to have a lot of good thoughts on this one. And our next one, and our other Christmas one we bought is for, it stars a comedic actor that's me and a lot of subscribers have lost respect for, but once again, I need a Christmas movie to watch. And, this is for one of the films he did after This Is the End. And I think, surprisingly, it's one of his more tolerable stuff he did after This Is the End, but even though I still lost respect for this dude, The Night Before. yeah, another one of Seth's films he did after This Is the End. And now, yes, you all know me and a lot of subscribers have kind of lost respect for Seth Rogen, and but well, I bought this because it is kind of a family favorite, and yeah, it's not bad for what it is. It does get a few laughs, and I do need another Christmas film to watch this year, one that I don't own, and I've barely ever seen, but yeah. Compared to most of his other, I think the better films that Seth did after This Is the End were the Neighbors films, The Night Before. And before you guys ask, what about Good Boys? Guys, he doesn't star in Good Boys. He produced it, but he's not in that movie. But yeah, and I also really don't like they even casted him as Donkey Kong in that Mario film. Now that teaser does get me a little excited for it, but really, Seth as Donkey Kong, guys. Yeah, but anyway, okay. Our final 3 DVDs we got here were horror films from a vintage DVD store called Triple M, and yeah, our first one was for the newest film that had just come out. And that was, of course, the first installment, VHS. Now, this movie's no masterpiece by any means. There are some things I really don't like about this movie, like that Tape 56 bullshit, the frame narrative bullshit, and that second honeymoon segment is boring as hell to sit through. And then the sick thing that happened to Emily is just weird and all over the place. But the segments that do really stand out here are the first one, Amateur Nights, with the girl. And then you also got Tuesday the 17th, which was a pretty good Friday the 13th throwback. And 10/31/98 was a nice way to end the film. But yeah, guys, this film is really no masterpiece, and I can see why some people really hate it. When it comes to the VHS franchise, the first film, VHS 2, and VHS 94 are the ones I tolerate. VHS 2 is the one VHS movie I really love. That one I still need to get because that's the last VHS movie I plan to own. But yeah, the rest, like VHS Viral, I do not plan to own because I hate that fucking movie. VHS 99, if it does get a Blu-ray release, well, it probably would because, well, hey, VHS 94 got a Blu-ray release. But I don't really plan to own that. But when it comes to VHS 99, I did like To Hell and Back. And Suicide Bid was actually a pretty decent segment. Pretty good claustrophobic one, but yeah. Not my kind of, but yeah. Other than that, it's not my kind of franchise. Just not my thing. Only one I really loved was the second one. Alright, so our next 2 are cannibal films. And technically, I say next 2 because this was actually a 7-chapter franchise that had like a gazillion direct-to-DVD sequels that were not so well liked in this franchise. In fact, two of the films in this franchise, the 5th and 6th, got a reasonably deserved fuck this movie from Cody Leach. It's not surprising because those 2 definitely deserve it. But anyway, this franchise was for Wrong Turn, and I only bought 1 and 2, and I plan to keep it that way. So yeah. Haven't heard much of these films, but I've heard the first 2 are the only good in this whole franchise. 3 is where it starts to get bad, and I've heard some, and for 5 is just appalling, and 6 is apparently really disgusting. But yeah, these are the only 2 I plan to check out. And for you to ask me, what are your thoughts on the first film? I haven't seen these movies yet. That's why I bought them to check them out. Yeah. So, I've heard that the first 2 are the only really good or tolerable in this franchise. So, those are the only 2 I'm gonna own. Unless I end up having to review 5 and 6, which, I mean, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and the reboots, which I'm probably not going to be excited to do. Ugh. But yeah, guys. That's that. Alright, I've got nothing else to say, guys. That's pretty much all the movies I got this month for October 2022. And probably not going to get a lot of movies for November, because like Christmas is coming up, and November is the time I usually Christmas shop for relatives and family and stuff. And so, guys, I'm going to try to focus on that this November. You're probably wondering, why didn't you get Top Gun or Northman or The Black Phone? Because I'm saving those movies for my Christmas list. I need to have some new releases to put on my Christmas list, guys, or I'm going to have nothing to wish for. So, I'm going to need some things on there. So yeah, I'm saving those movies when I go for when Christmas shopping starts. Alright. But until then, guys, that'll be it for this live stream. Thank you all for watching. And if you like this, want to see more, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Don G. Corleone.